2020, Harry finally relinquished senior royal duties and moved with Meghan Markle to California. Things finally began to look up for the couple in sunny California, where they would sign multi-million-dollar deals with the likes of Netflix and Spotify. However, it seems like all may not be peaches and cream for Harry across the pond. However, according to our sources, Harry was spotted out at dinner in LA just the other day, and he looked totally forlorn. What could have tempered his mood so? Get the details below. It all started over the weekend, with Harry and Meghan heading to one of their favorite low-key spots for dinner in LA, Austin's American Bar and Grill in Santa Monica. According to the eyewitness, the couple walked into the restaurant with what seemed to be a smile on their faces, but minutes after they found a place to sit, all changed. Most of the time the restaurant lasted, according to one diner who had noticed their glum expressions, Harry spent sulking, with his head in his hands, while Meghan tried to cheer him up. You could tell something was really bothering Prince Harry. He barely touched his food and seemed totally zoned out, related one of the onlookers. Naturally, the gloomy look caught the eyes of his other patrons, and they were puzzling over what could have really dampened Harry's mood. News has gone out across the UK that Harry was officially blacklisted from the coveted Warrior Games, set for 2024. For the record, the Warrior Games is a multi-sport event for wounded, ill, and injured service members and veterans. Said Harry, who has done 2 tours of Afghanistan and has been a passionate supporter of the Games for many years. Now, since he has stepped back from royal duties, Harry will be hoping he could still act as the captain in that role as Team UK takes part in further Warrior Games events to cheer on competitors and inspire and motivate all the other wounded veterans. It seems, though, his decision to quit Britain would come back to bite him, seriously. Allegations had been rife at the time that senior officials within the UK Ministry of Defence had decided Harry no longer offered a viable or appropriate face as a standard-bearer for Britain on the international stage. Harry was devastated to hear that he had been blacklisted from participating in an organisation so near and dear, indeed personal to him, as the Duke of Sussex. And so, all that anger and frustration, which had boiled up inside of him over the continued rift with the royal family and having lost those honorary military titles, just came pouring out over dinner at Austin's. You could tell he was absolutely gutted by something he had read on his phone just before their food arrived, one onlooker said. To be sure, as Harry and Meghan go about their business in LA, they try not to draw attention every day, but it's got to be humbling and hard to keep a stiff upper lip emotionally while having a royal meltdown in a public place. One witness states that Meghan had consoled Harry by gently rubbing his back while talking to him in whispers, as one does to a person in sorrow. The dinner date wrapped up quickly after that, and Harry looked like he just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. They dashed through paying their bill and hightailed it back to their Montecito mansion without even pausing for photos with any of the other patrons. Needless to say, if one was to get information like this that had come down from on high about his banning from the Warrior Games, Prince Harry would hardly be disposed to share a phone chat with anybody. The Ministry of Defence stands by its decision and says that, as an overseas-based non-working royal, Harry no longer meets the values and ideals of the Games. But, at this point, he had not left Britain. Harry, still one of the most popular royals in the UK, had even outraged a large section of veterans and supporters of the Warrior Games with his exclusions. It even led to an online petition to reinstate Harry, which has already garnered tens of thousands of signatures. No doubt close friends to Harry and Meghan, such as the Clooneys, will rally around the Sussexes to buoy Harry's spirits after such a public disappointment. And, as it seems, this latest snub from officials back home only furthers the chasm between Harry and his British military roots. Only time will tell if the fences will be mended between them. Well, there you have it, folks, the juicy details on Prince Harry's very public royal meltdown at a restaurant in LA. That's it for this episode of Royally Offended. Thank you for listening. Make sure to subscribe so that, when we do flame-throwing royal bombshells like exposing how the British bureaucracy tried to blackmail Prince Harry with the Warrior Games, you don't miss it. That one is bound to run and run. Peace out.